What's good, everybody? It's your boy, O'Shea Duke Jackson, back at it again with another episode of the Celebrity Junk. As we know, Taraji P. Henson has been crying about being underpaid in Hollywood. And of course, people are weighing in on the subject. One of the people who has weighed in on the subject is DJ Vlad. And I want people to understand what power is and what power allows you to do. And I'm going to tell you why Vlad is going to do this, right? He says this: hip-hop media entrepreneur and blogger DJ Vlad calls out Taraji P. Henson for crying and complaining about being underpaid. He says, "No one wants to hear a millionaire complain about money. She lives in a $6 million house. She is worth $12 million. Somebody underneath that tags this: Cameron Diaz, $140 million. Julia Roberts, $250 million. Nicole Kidman, $250 million. Sandra Bullock, $250 million. Reese Witherspoon, $440 million. Demi Moore, $20 million. I truly think this is what she's referring to, the inequality in pay." Then Ann Derulo goes, "A Jew talking about a black woman expressing equal pay is beyond me." Now here we're going to have a black community discussion, all right? And firstly, where does Vlad get this unmitigated gall? Because let's try to make it the opposite way. If a Jewish woman complained about being underpaid and a black person said, "Shut up, nobody wants to hear about a rich person being underpaid," what would happen to that person? Well, I'll tell you, that person would be firstly in a lot of trouble. Not even saying race, which Vlad didn't say that, but if a person would say, "Shut up, nobody wants to hear you crying about being underpaid," and that person is Jewish, that person, might be having some risk to be like, "Oh my God, he might not get deals anymore. He might have to apologize." They're going to find a way to get him back on track, right? Now, why is that not the case with Taraji P. Henson? I'm going to tell you, because number one, when you don't own anything, other people can just bully you, right? Because you're at the bottom. See, this is what black people got to understand. Black people, we are so victim-minded and mad at other folks who make these little comments. Even Vlad comments on reparations. It's highly offensive. And he knows nobody's going to check him on it or want to beat him up over or whatever, right? So he's going to continue to do it because he knows that that kind of violence is saved for black on black people. He should never talk about reparations. He should never talk about this, but he's power flexing. And this is what happens when you don't work with your group. You suffer in ways like this, in which it really sucks. It's really hurtful. Because you understand what she's saying, but you don't expect a guy like this, who should also understand what we've been through, to have any sympathy, because they don't. And immigrants don't, right? They don't. And we got to be understanding that they don't, okay? Now, if you're upset about this, if you're mad at this, your reasoning should not be to be upset with him. Your reasoning should be to be directly upset with us. I'm going to tell you why. Because it is our lack of effort and unity that got us here in the first place. All other groups work with each other to achieve something greater. We are the only ones in the black world that have all this opportunity, that have all this ability to do things, and we cannot sustain our wealth. So other groups who can are going to come in and point this out to you, and you're going to get upset about it. Here's what you got to do. Stop being mad. Only going to get worse. I'm here to tell you. I'm in Africa. I see the Chinese here all the time. I see the Indians here all the time. And I see people flexing their muscles on folks who they have more power than. That's what power allows you to do. Power allows you to flex muscles upon those who are weaker. And what Vlad is saying, look, you got all the opportunity to bring more wealth to you and your people. You should do it. That's also how it can be taught, how it can be taken. And Vlad made millions of dollars in the black sector by doing what? Putting in the work. Vlad made a lot of money in the black sector by putting in the work. We have a fundamental problem putting in the work. We don't want to talk about this. We don't want to talk about this, guys, but we need to talk about why we are not where we need to be. All the talented black men I know, all the talented black women I know want to know what we can't do. We can never get it right. We can never get it right, family. We got to be honest about this thing, okay? We can't reinvest. We can't train our own people. We can't take something into nothing. Like, you see how good coaches go into these bad NFL franchises and turn them over? We don't have the ability to do that with our group because we don't do it. We want to get mad when we can't do it. And that's silly in all actuality because we don't want to be leaders, family. We're not trying to lead our own people. We're not trying to lead ourselves. So those people who lead themselves and they come in and they make light of the fact that we're not doing the work, we got the unmitigated gall to get mad at that. All they're going to continue to do is to keep putting it in our face. They're going to keep throwing it in our face, and it hurts. So the easy thing about that is to get mad about it. You know, I had a stream the other day. I talked about this with some of the brothers and sisters here in Uganda on my King Ghana channel. Took offense to it. I said, listen, as you guys come to America and do very well, and it can cause some problems amongst African Americans. Similarly, when we come to Africa and do well, we're not going to be playing around with people who are not serious. Just like when Africans come to America, y'all not playing around. In a similar fashion, if you guys are not going to be doing it, and it's the whole diaspora, Ugandan Americans, Ugandan British, Caribbeans, when they come to any place in Africa, and if you're not serious, you're going to be left out. They got offended by that. They got mad about that. How dare you talk about that? You have a colonization mindset. Well, what mindset do you have when you go to a foreign country? When you go to Germany, do you have a mindset? No, you don't. You're there to win, right? Okay. Vlad, Jewish people, whoever else, when they come into the seat and they deal with blacks, they are there to win. Jewish people are winning everywhere. They're there to win. We got a problem because they found a way to win and we have not. So we cry about being underpaid, and I get it, and discriminating against, because we got to find a way how to win. And a lot of that is, it can be solved overnight. We have the money as a group. We got the talent as a group. We have the men, we have the women, we have the population to support what we're doing. Well, why are we not winning? It's kind of like the Cowboys. They got all of that. Why are they not winning? Nobody knows. It's always an excuse. Well, it's the coach's fault. It's the defensive coordinator's fault. Look, man, nobody wants to hear that. Nobody wants to hear it. Why are you not winning, right? And these uncomfortable things, I used to get mad at, I would say, you know, the Arab-owned liquor stores, corner stores. I used to get so upset about that. Wanna know why? Because we were losing. We didn't have anything for them. We were losing. We were not making any money, right? And now we're upset about it. It's our fault. It's our fault. So guys, what do you think? It's your boy O'Shea Duke Jackson. Back at it again. It's an episode of The Celebrity Junk. Appreciate for all you do. Subscribe to the bell. We're out.